motion of urgent public importance on the need to investigate the legal and the criminal allocation of federal government lands at the Lagos International Trade Fair Complex. Aware that the Lagos International Trade Fair Complex consists of a 350 hectares facility along Lagos-Badagry Expressway, which was constructed and opened in 1977 to coincide with the first Lagos International Trade Fair, uniquely designed with exposition halls, demonstration halls for the federal government and the state government international corporations, as well as recreation parks, with an artificial lakes, chalet, press centers, shopping stores, and festival squares. Further aware that in 1994, the federal government leased some spaces at the Lagos International Trade Fair to businesses from the Balogun market to enable them move and decongest the Lagos Island. Informed that in September 2002, Balogun Business Association and its over 53,000 members, the auto spare parts, machinery dealers, cosmetics, jewelers, under the banners of the Association of Progressive Traders, as well as professionals and corporate bodies operating under the name International Center for Commerce, move to the Lagos International Trade Fair. Note that there have been allegations of gross abuse of power, underhand tactics, and misappropriation of funds and dues over the years by the Board of the Trustees and the management of the Lagos International Trade Fair Complex Limited, owned by the federal government. Concerned that the master plan for the development of the International Trade Fair Complex have been significantly altered, and land belonging to the federal government is being balkanized by the current management of the complex. More concerned that the Lagos International Trade Fair Complex is a conflagration of ethnic fire waiting to happen, as honest businesses are losing money and being ruined by unilaterally allocating, approving, and monitoring the construction without recourse to statutorily mandated agencies of the state and at the federal level. Most worried, as hundreds of billions of revenue that should be generated from the complex is going to pockets through misappropriation of lands in the Lagos International Trade Fair. Our prayers is to mandate the House Committee on the Public Asset to investigate the illegal and the criminal allocation of the federal government lands at the Lagos International Trade Fair Complex by the management, in order to avert impending riots and implosion.
YVS, my name. Ugele North, Ugele South to do federal constituency.
Order, please.
Mr. Speaker, Order 20,
you are
sub
protected.
28.
Go ahead.
Order 20, sub 28, puts the Trade Fair Complex completely under the oversight of the House Committee on Commerce. This motion will move the duty of that committee to...
Those against say name. Those in support of this motion say... Order, please.
Point of order.
This is... This is the conduct ourselves as parliamentarians. The opportunity to be heard is given to everyone when you raise your hand. So let us keep it that way, as you have always done, because the world is watching the conduct of our parliament. And we say that here is a sacred chamber. And in the sacred chamber, there are rules on how we conduct ourselves. Thank you very much for understanding. So there is a question to an amendment. I will ask again. Those in support of that amendment say aye. Those against say nay. The nays have it.
Mr. Speaker, Order 20-2. There shall be committees to be known as committees selected and constituted at the commencement of every assembly to perform the function allocated to it by this rule, for such other matters as the House may from time to time refer to. Mr. Speaker, the essence of this rule, which under your purview, is that once the rule refers to a committee on any issue, this rule of this shall take precedence. In the light of this, Mr. Speaker, if you look at that order, at page 152, Mr. Speaker, that particular order emphasizes the role and the committees and organizations that must be under that purview. In the light of that, the House cannot change that position except they refer to it. So in the light of this, Mr. Speaker, that order cannot stand because the speed I move that it be the same.
B, to equally oversight over the management of government assets situated anywhere within and outside the country. Mr. Speaker, the place in Custom, which is in Lagos, Trade Fair, is one of the public assets of Nigeria. We must try to distinguish between commercial agencies that fall under the Committee on Commerce and equally the constitutional responsibility, particularly those embedded by our House rule as earlier stipulated in Order 109, Rule A, Rule 1 and 2, Sub A, B, and C. It donates that responsibility to the Committee on Public Assets. Yes. So, majority of the members that voted in respect of this voted in line with our House rule. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In the wisdom of this House, we decided to create a committee in charge of the assets. That is why you have a scenario where this same committee invites players from the Nigerian Ports Authority. They invite players from, in fact, the valuation of the assets of this country all across various sectors are domiciled within this committee. Now, what I would want to suggest to curb it in so that we are not in any way shortchanging or taking away the functions of a committee as constituted by our rules, is for a joint committee. However, since it's an issue bordering on the assets, which is the sale of land, the Committee on Public Assets takes the lead. Then, being the fact that it has to do with the purview of commercial of the Committee of Commerce, which is trade fairs and exhibitions, it will be have the Committee on Commerce to equally support the Committee on Public.
Mr. Speaker, I want to put it on record, and as the rules of the House says, the trade fair complex falls under our purview, and we want to inform the House that the committee presently on its oversight functions have visited this trade fair complex 2 times because of this problem we are talking about. So the committee presently is on top of it. We have started work, we have been there, and we are still going back for this same purpose. So for us now to say that we will get this work we have done so far to
another committee who is not responsible for this, that means you are taking away our duties from us, because we have started and we have gone a long way. For us to withdraw now and pave way for
Mr. Speaker, Chief Whip, I need the attention of the Speaker, please. I don't know. Mr. Speaker,
Please, me. Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, Yusuf Gakti from Bashinkanke Kanam.
Use your mind.
Mr. Speaker, this will end the matter. This particular order will resolve the matter. Order 10, Rule 2, Mr. Speaker, and I quote, that the Speaker in the House and the Chairman in any committee shall be responsible for the observance of our rules and maintenance of order in the House and committee, respectively. And the decision upon any point of order shall not be open to an appeal and shall not be reviewed by the House except upon a substantive motion before the House. In view of this, Mr. Speaker, I submit that we should comply to Order 10, Rule 2. Since a motion was moved, decision was put to vote, and decision was taken. Our rule did not allow us to open debate on a matter that decision had been taken on. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Order, please. Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Members are allowed to
Point
make
of order.
amendments.
Point of order. Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Point of order. Order, please. Order, please.
Honorable Gadi, members are allowed to make amendments, and we can take more than one amendment. It has nothing to do with Order 10 at all. And now, the last amendment was not seconded. So which brings us back to the motion that is before the House, and now we're going to ask questions based on that motion. So Section 10, Sub 2 has not been activated at all. So I will ask the question based on the original motion. Those in support of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The nays have it.